Tensions have flared once again in Washington as Donald Trump reportedly clashed with his top Ukraine envoy, deepening political controversy and sparking debate about his stance on the war. According to the New York Times, Trump allegedly referred to his Ukraine special envoy, retired General Keith Kellogg, as an idiot, in a heated exchange that quickly made its way into media headlines. The dispute reportedly erupted after Kellogg voiced praise for Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, a comment that came amid growing unease and renewed friction between Kyiv and Moscow. Sources cited by the New York Times say the friction between Trump and Kellogg had been building for months, with their disagreements first surfacing publicly as early as February of last year. When Kellogg described Zelensky as a bold and principled leader, Trump allegedly interrupted sharply, asking, "So you're calling Zelensky zealous and courageous?" According to two U.S. officials familiar with the conversation. Defending his position, Kellogg insisted, "Sir, he is. It's an existential struggle on Ukrainian soil for the very survival of his nation," emphasizing the moral weight of Ukraine's resistance. Kellogg reportedly went on to add, "When was the last time an American president faced something like this? It was Lincoln," drawing a historical parallel that appeared to further irritate Trump. Later that day, in private discussions with close advisors, Trump was said to have muttered, "He's an idiot," recounting the incident with visible frustration, according to reports. The president then escalated his criticism by labeling Zelensky a dictator, referencing Ukraine's decision to postpone presidential elections under martial law amid the ongoing conflict. Despite mounting tension, Kellogg stood firm, pushing back against Trump's harsh assessment and rejecting the narrative that Ukraine was too weak to stand against Russia's assault. In a moment of defiance during their exchange, Kellogg interrupted Trump, saying bluntly, "Sir, that's nonsense. The Russians aren't invincible," directly contradicting his superior's assertion. Meanwhile, officials close to Vice President J.D. Vance privately dismissed Kellogg as a Cold War relic, suggesting that his worldview no longer matched the complexities of modern diplomacy. They further argued that while Kellogg's proposal aimed to strengthen Ukraine's defense against Moscow, his approach could ultimately prolong the fighting rather than bring the war closer to resolution. According to a Reuters report published in November, Keith Kellogg is expected to step down from his position as the U.S. Special Envoy to Ukraine in January 2026, signaling the possible end of his short but eventful diplomatic tenure. Throughout the past year, Kellogg made multiple official visits to Kyiv to meet Ukrainian officials and monitor the situation on the ground. But notably, RT reported that he never once traveled to Moscow during his time in office. Observers took note when Kellogg was absent from Donald Trump's high-profile meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Alaska last August, an omission that fueled speculation about internal divisions within the administration. He was also missing from Trump's recent talks with President Volodymyr Zelensky at Mar-a-Lago in Florida, a meeting widely viewed as a pivotal moment in shaping the next phase of U.S.-Ukraine relations. Analysts now suggest that Kellogg's expected resignation could mark more than a personal decision. It may reflect a broader shift in Washington's approach to Ukraine as political priorities continue to evolve. The controversy surrounding Washington's internal divisions comes at the same time as reports claiming that Ukraine has launched a targeted strike on Russian President Vladimir Putin's residence, adding a dramatic new layer to an already tense situation. Military analysts say the strike underscores Kyiv's ongoing strategy of calculated resistance, demonstrating both its tactical precision and unwavering determination in the face of continued Russian aggression. The action has not only attracted intense international scrutiny, but also complicated fragile diplomatic efforts between the United States and Russia, placing renewed strain on already delicate channels of communication. Experts point out that the combination of Trump's internal clash with his envoy and Ukraine's alleged military action paints a picture of volatility, one that reflects deep political uncertainty and heightened global risk. Amid these developments, both the divisions within the U.S. administration and Ukraine's expanding military operations serve as powerful reminders of how crucial diplomacy remains in shaping the future of this war.